We've been talking a lot about how humans like to name everything. We've even spoken about our very own special names. But we don't only have one name, we have a family name as well, or a surname. Your family name could either be occupational, it could describe the job you do, it could be patronymic, which comes from the Greek words patra meaning father and unamu meaning name, father's name. It could also be a local name, which describes the area where you live or something that stands out in the area where you are. It could also be a descriptive family name, which describes how you look or a quality about you. Now, our names don't have to mean that today, but long, long ago, family names were used to describe people. And through the generations, we've inherited those names. So even if they don't ring true for us today, they definitely were true a very long time ago. Let's look at this name here. This is baker. Now that is an occupational name. Someone who bakes bread and delicious cakes is a baker. So if we wanted to know which John, maybe we had two Johns living in our village. We had John who baked delicious bread, and perhaps we had John who lived under the hill. If you told me to go and get something from John, I said, which John? You would say, John Baker. And we would know to go to John the Baker. What about this name? Short. That's not an occupational name. It's not a patronymic name. It's not a local name, but it is a descriptive name. Imagine we had two Marys in our village. We had a Mary who was short and a Mary who was tall. You would tell me to go to Mary Short for something I needed. What about this one? Stevenson. This could also be read as Stephen's son. That name isn't occupational, it is patronymic. Remember? Father's name. So this family name or surname describes who your father is. You are the son of Stephen. Do you remember we were talking about John Baker and John who lived under the hill? Here we have Underhill. That's a local name. That describes the area or something pertinent. Underhill. What do you think about Armstrong? Do you think Armstrong is occupational or patronymic or local or descriptive? If you've got very strong arms, that's describing you. That would be a descriptive family name. What about Richardson? Yes, that's patronymic. Father's name, Richard's son. Yes, isn't that lovely? You're really getting the hang of this. Now, what about Smith? We know we get lots of types of smiths, but if you are a blacksmith working with metal, your family name or surname could have been Smith, so that is an occupational name. What about this one? Atwater. Maybe that's about Jill who lives at the water. So Jill Atwater. That is a local name. Now those may be your surnames, they may not be. But let's talk about some surnames that we all know. Who's read a book about a boy called Harry Potter? Yes, you know that a potter is someone who works with clay and makes beautiful pots or earthenware. Is that an occupational name or a patronymic, local or descriptive name? Yes, potter is an occupational name. It is something you can do. My surname is Van Straten. That's Dutch for from street. So that would be a local name, from the street. What about the music of Taylor Swift? She sings beautifully, but her surname is a descriptive surname meaning fast or quick. I wonder what your surname means. Perhaps you can go and research your surname, see what it means, see if it's an occupational or a patronymic or a local or a descriptive surname. You could make a book about all the surnames in your family because your mum might have a different surname to your dad. Your aunties and uncles might have a different surname to you. Why don't you see which kind of surname your families have?